What's up, guys? This is Rise, and do not be alarmed. Your senses are not deceiving you. It's not Saturday. It's a Wednesday right now, but there is a Shadow Suicune on your screen, and Champion Mickey might just mess around and try to hit the legend rank with Shadow Suicune, his signature Pokemon that he said, Rise, Shadow Suicune is the secret sauce. I've been running this team all season long in the Open Great League. I'm finally ready to reveal it, and hopefully we can do it some justice for you, Champion Mickey. And can he win the championship of the season and hit the legend rank in this video? That's what we're about to find out. Shadow Suicune, Shadow Jumpluff, Morpeko is the team. This thing runs Ice Fang, Bubble Beam, Scald. Now remember, Ice Fang got buffed. It used to be pretty mid, pretty eh. It did some damage, but did not do much energy generation at all. Now it got a damage and an energy boost, I believe. So now it does the same as the nerfed Counter. So Counter was like the best attack. Fangs, Ice Fang, Thunder Fang, Fire Fang were down here, and they kind of met in the middle. Now they're both pretty solid. So here we go. Ice Fang, Bubble Beam, Scald on this Suicune. We're going to see it go down to the Sandslash lead, but just going to take the shield advantage here. Those Ice Fangs, of course, double resisted, and we know how devastating Morpeko can be with a Protect Shield advantage. Here we go, Morpeko turning into its scary mode, also known as hangry mode. Could you imagine if we had a graphic on the side where like Morpeko would change every time? That would be so cool. And now Psychic Fangs is coming through. Azu doesn't have to respect it, but you certainly are not going to want to take this Aura Wheel if you're Azu. And dude, this Morpeko is going to be boosted with shields down. Already has an Aura Wheel for whatever comes in. Sandslash is... Oh, we're not able to farm down, but we still have a fully healthy Jumpluff. And you have to assume once Sandslash is gone, hopefully Jumpluff is going to have play here in the back. Apparently it did. We're never going to know. Maybe like a Feraligatr? That's possible, right? Feraligatr with shields down would just get energy balled, so that's possible. Playing against Drayflames. Drayflames, one of my buddies in the community, super cool guy from SoCal. And here we go. Neutral lead here. Suicune into Shadow Drapion. Drapion going to be potentially firing off a Crunch here. Crunch does some solid damage, but Suicune is on the bulkier side. And because of that Shadow variant, not only are you increasing that damage, but you're still bulky enough where you can actually withstand the Crunch. So Shadow Suicune is going to try and impress us throughout this video. Enough bulk to withstand the Crunch, but still doing a sizable chunk of damage to Drapion. And trying to set up this backline here that has a lot of charge attack pressure. Morpeko comes in. You don't necessarily have to shield an Aqua Tail, but it would still chunk, so gonna preserve some health here on Morpeko. I think a Psychic Fang should be enough here, despite being resisted. So it is gonna be enough to knock out... Oh my gosh, Dre comes in. Azu, I guess it might be double water, might be like a Feraligatr, right? In the back. Pretty standard line, potentially. Knows he can take it, but now that it's switched to the electric type, gonna have to respect... Okay, gonna fire off a Protect Shield first, and yeah, you definitely shield the Morpeko here. Oh, man. Oh, man, is Morpeko about to do Morpeko things here? Sweep the entire team? Does Dre just have to let Azu go here? He might have to. No, he's gonna actually shield it, but now the double boosted Dark Aura Wheel might still be enough here. This is two-stage attack buffed Morpeko. Bang! Knocks out Azu. It is the Gator. And Morpeko about to say, see you later. Shadow Suicune did some nice work in the lead, but this was the Morpeko show in game number 2. Getting the win. Holy cow. What a dominant showing from Morpeko there in game number 2. Danny's 117. Okay. Shadow Venusaur. I mean, these Ice Fangs are going to chunk. So look at this. It doesn't even look like Venusaur is going to reach 2 Frenzy Plants. So Venusaur is probably going to be forced to switch out of here. Let's see what they pivot into. Into Walrein. Okay. I mean, Walrein does have some nice charge attack pressure here, getting to the Icicle Spear in just 5. So at least it puts on some pressure, but it does look like It does... Ooh. Is there any way Walrein can shield and Powder Snow down before the second? It's going to try. Oh, but we're going to settle for Psychic Fang because we weren't sure if we would live this Powder Snow or not. And we didn't, so actually made the right call there. Made the right call. Nice awareness. Not sure if we lagged a turn or if we lost the charge attack priority to the Walrein. And the Earthquake does a lot of damage, but it doesn't quite knock out thanks to the bulk of Suicune. So we're going to get off a Parting Scald here and try to clear the runway for Jumpluff. It is a flyer. The runway analogy makes sense. Stunfisk, not going to like this matchup very much. However, you are going to need 2 energy balls here. And we see the catch attempt, but this is going to be really nice now because you just need to fire off an Aerial Ace to knock out Venusaur. Actually going for an undercharge since Venusaur did not have much energy. And maybe this is actually going to be a little bit dicey here. Maybe this is going to be dicey because they still have a Protect Shield to hide behind. And they're going to be able to outpace. You're still going to need 2 charge attacks. Does Energy Ball maybe put them into Aerial Ace range? I think you can get away with Aerial Ace here. I think you can get away with Aerial Ace. And we're going to see a CMP. We can afford to take 1 discharge. We can't take 2. Does Stunfisk have 2 discharges? Are we going to have to make a catch here, or do we just go straight for the Aerial Ace? This is such a mind game. Oh, they didn't shield. Huh. I guess maybe they felt like they had to hope that... Maybe they didn't have the moves. They had to hope that an Aerial Ace wasn't enough. Was their only play? That makes sense. I felt like I was hyping up that situation, and that was all anticlimactic. Anyway, do you guys say anticlimactic or anticlimatic? The English language, man. Let me know in the comments. Ariados. I'm a big Ariados fan. Even though I don't like spiders in real life, they kind of creep me out. I'm a big Ariados fan in Pokemon Go PvP. Suicune, looking very majestic, going for the Scald. Nearly knocks out, but not before another charge attack from Ariados. Surprisingly, we're going to let this go. And notice the style here. The style here from this trainer, oftentimes not even fighting for switch advantage, just going for energy advantage with this Morpeko. The pairing of Suicune and Morpeko together. Looking awfully dangerous. Dude, I don't even know if I have a Dude, this is making me want to try this team on stream today. Do I have a Shadow Suicune for Great League? Let me even check. Morpeko. Gonna start investing Protect Shields. These Aqua Tails do hurt the squishy Morpeko. Going for the Aura Wheel, of course. Aura Wheel's still gonna really threaten this Drapion. I'm checking my Suicune. Oh yeah, I do have one. Is it decent IVs? It's not the worst. What does it CP go to? Oh, 1464. Yikes. That's not great. 1464 is not great. Galarian Moltres. That's not great for Jumpluff. But Aerial Aces are going to chunk here. The Fairy Winds as well are chunking. Wow, look at this. Double Aerial Ace pretty much going to put it within farm down range to the point where this Moltres is going to have to throw energy. And now you just open up the Thunder Shock down. Because I was checking if I had a Suicune to build, I didn't remember the energy. We get the switch in. We have the Aura Wheel. Man. My apologies. I got sidetracked checking the Suicune. That might have been like a really nasty energy management endgame to get the 1 Thunder Shock needed to have a move stored there. That looked kind of nasty. Oh, look at this. This is where we need to see Clodsire. We counter swap Peko into Gator, and look at this. Because we're behind, if we were to get our Aura Wheels shielded, we run the risk, I think, of them outpacing us and us losing switch. So we go straight Psychic Fangs, knowing we might have to go down a shield, but we're going to guarantee switch advantage that we need to keep for this Clodsire. And in the process, I mean, this Morpeko is going to do some nasty damage. Aura Wheel does nearly half. Now we probably just go straight for Psychic Fangs to put the pressure on. Oh, actually going to pivot. This is a little bit risky, honestly, but what you did do with that Aura Wheel is you put it within range where like an Energy Ball would knock out. Honestly, now a Psychic Fangs would also knock out. So this Clodsire is not so scary anymore. We're not going to bother shielding Suicune. Maybe it would have been nice to get off that Bubble Beam. We come back in with Peko. Oh my gosh. Superior comes in. And now I think we just save a Psychic Fangs if we can. We might be forced to throw before we can dip. No, we're able to get out. Perfect. We save that energy, and now we look to be in a really good spot. Just want to make sure we get off the Aerial Ace to threaten a shield before Clodsire comes back. Honestly, though, even if we kept this energy, that wouldn't be the end of the world either, because Clodsire's in Aerial Ace range at this point. So yeah, I like the double up here. Remember, the Superior is still debuffed, so Superior might get knocked out to one single Aerial Ace. They shield. We go back to back. Jump Bluff. Another Aerial Ace. Switch timer's almost up. Superior cannot farm us down. We're actually going to Protect Shield. All shields are down at this point. And we wait a turn. They do catch, but that doesn't really matter because we have all the energy banked. So they have to double up, which they do, I think, and hope that they live in Aura Wheel. But I don't think they live in an Electric Aura Wheel. And it looks like they weren't quite doubled up because they did a Vine Whip there. Yeah, Aura Wheel just too strong of a move. Morpeko. Too strong. And it might seem like Morpeko is kind of doing the heavy lifting here, which in a way it is, don't get me wrong. But Suicune is doing like a really nice job as the setup man. Suicune is kind of like the Steve Nash of this team. As we hit the legend rank, let's go, baby. Congratulations. Legend achieved to champion Mickey. And it wasn't a Mickey Mouse. It wasn't a Mickey Mouse ring either. This was done with Shadow Suicune. That's as legit of a legend as I've ever seen. I was going to say Shadow Suicune is like the Steve Nash and Morpeko is like the Amari Stoudemire of this team. Shadow Suicune is kind of like setting up. I think Shadow Suicune is the one setting up Morpeko for these slam dunks and alley-oops, you know? Is that a good reference? I'd say like probably 80% of the viewers probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But there's a chunk of you, I think that might think that's a good analogy. Maybe it's a bad analogy. I thought it was kind of clever. Did we lag a turn there? I think we may have lagged a turn. Niantic, fix your game. Did you guys see that news, by the way? That article? I don't know what that means exactly, but hopefully all things are good in the future. Morpeko puts its mean face on. In comes Azu. We're going to go Psychic Fangs. And, yeah, I don't mind the Psychic Fangs here. Just going for the cheaper attack. Save a little bit of energy. They're probably going to shield this, however. And Aura Wheel is going to grab the first Protect Shield from the opponent. We are getting kind of low here on Morpeko. And now they don't really have to shield this. Do we get to an Electric Aura Wheel here? Oh, we definitely do. So the opponent wisely throws their energy. They're saying, I'm going to force you to shield if you want to get off that next Aura Wheel. We're not going to shield. We're going to put this all on Jump Bluff, and I think this is going to be a little bit too much for Shadow Jump Bluff to overcome, unfortunately, because this is a very even matchup. Unless there's something I'm missing here. Is there any way out of this? Yeah, if you're the opponent, I think you just shield and the stings alone, plus maybe Aqua Tail. Yeah, you just commit to stings. I would have even committed to fast attacks at this point. Because now you instant Aerial Ace. Oh, you had double Aqua Tail. Never mind. Never mind, opponent. My bad. My bad for indicating. I thought you should have committed to fast attacks. You had the double Aqua Tail before the Aerial Ace. Makes sense to throw it then. Handing Champion Mickey a loss here on the Pika Libre set. Will Champion Mickey get the shiny Pika Libre? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Another Drapion. This a regular Drapion. I think Shadow is definitely the play, but, I mean, regular has some merit, and when you see a regular, they're probably going to be more likely to run that Sludge Bomb, just because they're a little bit bulkier, right? Oh, we land the Scald. Unfortunately, doesn't do quite enough to knock out, but it's just an Aqua Tail, so we actually hang on. And a rare time, we're actually going to win the lead here. Now, this is terrific for Pluff as long as they're not running Ice Punch. The fact that they're staying in does scare you, that they could be running it. And no Ice Punch, okay. Rage Fist, unless they're big braining here. What if they're big braining, so they Rage Fist first, then you no-shield the second? No, okay. Sometimes I psych myself out like that. Aerial Ace coming through. And we're actually going to do a slight undercharge. Nasty undercharge. Oh my gosh. So this is kind of scary, but as long as we get both Protect Shields. Wait, what? Wait, what? Mom decided to call me in the middle of this battle. Thanks, Mother. Some of the footage got cut off, but I threw 2 Fairy Winds. Opponent threw right when they got their first Rage Fist after 2 more counters. Back to the action momentarily. No shot, dude. Dude, Champion Mickey. Thank you for the note. Thank you for the editor's note. I appreciate it. Oh, well, now we're getting countered down. Don't they still have a Protect Shield? Wait, why did they no shield? I'm confused. We got an editor's note, but I'm confused. Let me rewind here. Let me do instant replay. There's only like 3 more battles left. Aerial Ice. We saw this. Annihilate comes in. Mom decided to call me. Some of the footage got cut, but I threw 2 Fairy Winds. Opponent threw right when they got to their first Rage Fist. Okay. Wait. We didn't have energy, so couldn't the... I guess they're trying to call a Psychic Fangs, but couldn't they have just shielded and farmed down? And then, like, fast attack down, potentially? Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. Maybe I am missing something. Anyway, we got the dub. Suicune into Superior. The Serpent. Suicune chunking with these Ice Fangs, of course. The Aerial Ice bait is possible, but you gotta respect that Frenzy Plant, and they do go for it, so nice Protect Shield there. I like how we're building up a ton, and they do make a nice catch onto Gator, but this is totally fine with us, because I think we can punish this with our Morpeko here. Morpeko comes in, and we're gonna go for Psychic Fangs. Hopefully this knocks out. Hopefully this knocks out here. And it does. Oh gosh, in comes Marowak. I think we should be fine because we're going to get a Protect Shield here most likely from this Dark Aura Wheel. And this should really help out Jump Bluff here. Oh, actually, no, this makes even more sense. Yeah, we're just going to force them to expend some energy on Suicune. Maybe could have waited out our switch timer a little bit longer to not give them that 1 extra Mud Slap, but I think we should be totally fine here. I think a Protect Shield here makes the most sense. They're probably less likely to bait. Such a risky bait with Marowak here. And a Rock Slide would do more than the Aerial Ace from Superior. And all we should need is an Aerial Ace on Superior. Aerial Ace won't be quite enough to knock out Marowak, but almost enough. So yeah, really nice damage recognition there. They are going to be able to land an Aerial Ace here. So if they do have a Bone Club, however, we will lose this game. Let's see. Oh, but we have the back-to-back, actually. We have the back-to-back. So this is going to knock out. This comes down to whether 1 Fairy Wind knocks out or if they have a Bone Club. Oh, baby, what a close game. That was crazy. Wow. From a really good, like, credit to the opponent there because that was like a, on paper, good alignment, but the nice aggressive plays from the opponent made that very uncomfortable. Here we go. Suicune into Shadow Drapion. I think we have a couple more battles here before the potential Pika Libre. Crunch connects. Defense drop, unfortunately. Suicune chomping away with those Ice Fangs. Scald gets the debuff back, so we're back to square zero. They're going to settle for the Aqua Tail, and like we've seen Champion Mickey tend to do... Oh, Crunch, interesting. Maybe they're running Crunch Sludge. No, that seemed too quick, so this is probably an Aqua Tail. What the heck? I guess they like throwing Crunch. So, we're definitely going to shield this. And go for a full Thunder Shock down. So much energy here on Morpeko is so menacing. Okay, in comes Diggersby. I wouldn't mind the immediate pivot here. We debuff it. Oh, no. Okay. We're not going to pivot. We're going to throw the Aura Wheel first and then swap. And we get the final protection. That's actually really nice. Because that takes out any sort of baiting game for us. But we still have to be worried about the potential catch opportunity for the opponent. We know... Oh, they Hyper Beam us. Holy cow. And they catch onto Chestnut. The opponent is trying to put this game on their highlight reel, but it's not over yet. It's not over yet. Because this is going to knock out the Chestnut, and I think we will still reach the Energy Ball before getting Quick Attack down. So the opponent's doing everything in their power to try and win this. But I think we still have a good shot here. Energy Ball is going to put this thing really low. We swap. And we're almost at the Psychic phase. Dude, the opponent pulling some tricks out of the bag there. But they almost pulled it off. But not quite. Mickey staying cool under pressure. And this, I believe, is the final battle here of the video. Suicune into Annihilate to end things. Suicune with some reliable fast attack damage. Notice how the Ice Fangs are keeping on pace with the pressure of the counters. And we're going for Bubble Beam straight away. Maybe they make a mistake and they protect shield. And they do, yeah. I mean, people, you can't blame them, right? Who is really up to date with their Shadow Suicune movesets? And honestly, even their Ice Fang counts with Bubble Beam, right? I personally wasn't counting the counters, but we're going to respect the potential Ice Punch here. Just a Rage Fist, so probably could have afforded to let that go. Unless they built up to it. I think the shield was smart then. We're going to swap Morpeko here to put on the pressure, but this looks pretty tough. I think we will put... Let's see. Did they only have 2 on Diggersby? If they have more than 2, we're not going to get there. Yeah, so this looks to be pretty much over at this point. But we did have a very successful set there, despite this final game. I'm going to top left, considering the Toxapex would just Sludge Wave us in the end, most likely. But a 3-2 set, Pika Libre, not shiny, unfortunately, 504 CP. But in the end, all in all, in conclusion, when it's all said and done, I'm just messing. All these, lastly, all the, I used to get teased, you know, like when you're in school and you write essays and stuff. It's always like you're always like trying to come up with the new word at the end. For like your final paragraph, like your concluding phrase. But anyway, shout out to Champion Mickey for a really cool Pokemon and a really cool team to hit the legend rank. I do really appreciate the fun submission. Shadow Suicune, you do not see too often, so I hope this was entertaining for you guys to see in action. Shout out to Champion Mickey. If you guys did enjoy this content, this video, feel free to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're new around here, comment down below. All comments are appreciated. And all of that said, thank you so much once again for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.